Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to discuss Tottenham's win against Brentford. 2-0 win. I thought if we lost this, it could be the game where the pressure really gets put on the manager and might start talking about who's going to be the next appointment. But he got the win, which is the main thing. 3 points on the board. And just a game like that, things can completely change. So let's see what happens here. I think it's a game of consistency, right? So I think notoriously Spurs, we're used to us just being so up and down. So we'll see what happens. We'll go through the lineup and we'll talk through some of the goals and some of the positive parts from our game this weekend. So this was the team that we went with. I was quite surprised, to be honest. There's a couple of selections I wasn't expecting. Jed Spence, he's been out of the team for a little while, a few games. I thought he made some really good positive runs. I don't think Udogie's been terrible. It's just rotation. And it was nice to see that sort of Spence is really being positive with his runs. We really needed that to try and stretch them. Palhinha, I think that's the second game he's not started. I actually think this season he's probably been arguably our best player, but decided to go with Bentancur and Gray today. No Bergvall starting either, which again, is it just managing minutes? I'm not sure, but I thought Archie Gray, from the highlights that I've seen, looks like he's made a big difference and brings good energy. I really like him as a player. I'm not too sure about Sarr. Sarr obviously didn't start, but there was an opportunity I thought he could have done better at. And when I watched the game the other day, I thought he was poor, to be honest. I don't know what's going on with him, but really not looking like the player that we thought that we had. And then you got Kudus. Simons started. Simons, this was probably, arguably, other than like the Copenhagen game, probably his best game. Goal and an assist. Really nice to see some of the runs from him, and I'll talk through some of that for the goals. Went with Mawani and Richarlison again. I've said this before. I'm not too sure if like playing both of them works, but look, we got the win, so who might say anything? I think we've still got players like Johnson. I think he gets a bad rap sometimes. He was our top goal scorer in the league last year, and he's not been given game time really this year. And yeah, I just wonder whether having someone like him on the wing, he was always great at like coming into the back post, and Kudus with cross. He seems to be someone that's like crossing it. So he either goes down the line, right foot, then back post, or he will stop it, look for a run, and try and do an in-swinger. And so having someone like that who can sort of sense that opportunity, I don't know. I think there's maybe something that the manager might look at there. But he's stuck with Mawani and Richarlison, and who can I complain? Like we won 2-0, so happy days. I'll talk through some of the goals and some of the build-up from the goals now. But yeah, it was nice to see Gray playing. I'm a bit biased because I think he's a great player. Again, for Spence. And yeah, a bit of rotation. It's probably not a bad thing for us. We need it with the games coming in thick. So yeah, happy days. Let's talk through some of the goals. So these are some screenshots of some of the goals, and this is the first goal. And I just want to highlight something here. So Romero's just had the ball at centre back, and I don't think we're doing this enough. Like those runs in behind, which really sort of stretch the team, and you'll see sort of when I go through the screenshots here. So Romero plays the ball wide, just to Porro. Really easy ball, just out here. But the moment Romero goes, you know Porro's going to turn on it, and he's going to look for an outlet. Like where's that ball going to go? What we saw for the goal, which we probably don't see enough, is this curved run from Xavi Simons to go in behind the defence. But what he needs for that, and it's not in this screenshot, Kudus is just here on the left, is Kudus makes that movement here. So he brings in the fullback, leaving a gap behind the fullback. Richarlison occupies the defenders, and Xavi Simons makes that run in behind. And we haven't really seen enough of those runs in behind this season. So the moment Porro gets the ball, he's going to look up, he's going to turn and look for that ball in behind. And you'll see on the next shot, so Porro's, we've seen that movement there from Kudus. He's occupying the fullback. Xavi Simons has made that run there. Now got the ball, which is going over the top in this direction. Just opening up that space. And then Xavi Simons finds himself in this situation. So the midfielder's trying to track him back. As I say, Richarlison in the middle, occupying the defender. He's behind the defence, and he makes the best decision here. Look, he hasn't been in the goal, so he could, at some point, you may think, oh, what's he going to do? Is he going to be greedy? The right ball is just going to be play it across, nice, easy goal. And he does that. It's the simple things, right? But he does it really well. He moves the ball into the penalty box. Richarlison's there, plays it into this area, and he scores. But at one point, when I watched it, I thought, oh, please don't shoot. Because you have seen those players before, right, that would take that shot on there. But it's clear the angle's not as favourable, and he just puts the ball across. What I was pleased to see, and I mentioned this at the start, look who's here in the middle. Jed Spence. Jed Spence has made the run and occupying the defenders. You've got Kolo Muani here. I did think when I saw this, why is he back there? He should be really in this position here, because if it misses Richarlison, he should be here. You see Jed Spence has made that movement to pull the defender away and basically offer another option shorter. But look, we scored from it, so it doesn't actually matter. So that was the first one. The second goal, we've got the double pivot here of we've got Bentancur and we've got Gray. Xavi Simons actually loses the ball, but then wins it back and makes this driving run here. Something that we've not really seen from him. And my opinion is the Premier League's really physical. Does he need to get on the weights a bit? I've seen some points where he's stopped hoping for a foul from the ref and he's not got it. It's a tough league, right? And it is a physical league, but it just showed there that physicality sort of came into play. It must be something that he's working on. So he wins the ball, drives with it, keeps driving. But what I really liked here is Richarlison just stayed in the middle. He doesn't try and make this run here, which then actually makes it harder. He just occupies. Keeps running along in the same line, same direction, and he opens a channel here. So Kudus is obviously on the outside. The centre-back's looking over his shoulder at Richarlison, and it just opens a channel between the centre-back and the full-back, and he just keeps going. And he keeps going, and then he put the ball in the back of the net. So it's brilliant. This is one that I wanted to talk about. If you see this screenshot here, so my head's in the way, but the ball's just by Richarlison. Look at the goal. It's clear. Look at that space there. Just take a shot. Premier League striker. I don't know why he's not taking a shot there. You can see Xavi Simons has asked for the ball, and he actually ends up passing the ball to him here, and then he does a bit of a tame shot when the goalkeeper actually gets back and goes straight into his arms. Why didn't he take the shot first time? I don't know. But when you look at that snapshot there, he's got such... Look how open the goal is. Just a shot, and it goes in. But look, it's a decent 2-0 win for us. Just wanted to touch on what we have here. So you've got Jed Spence making the runs, which I've spoken about. But then you've got the players that are doing the work. So you've got Gray that fills in if Jed Spence makes that run and gives the defenders something else to think about. He runs with great pace and he kind of runs straight at a defender. It's really hard to defend against. He had an opportunity where the ball broke to him after, I'm not sure if it was this attack or the next one, but he should have scored. But just making ourselves a bit more threatening. And you've got Jed Spence. He's got that knack of if he gets an edge right, just half a yard, he does this and then the ball comes across. But we've got a couple of... I think this comes over to Sarr actually, back post in the end. Should have done a lot better. First touch was awful. Should have scored. but we're getting players in the box, which is good for us, because it seemed like at times that the gaps between the defence and midfield and up front was just too big, and we just weren't really getting up there, especially at home. So yeah, look, it's a good win. We'll see what happens next. We've got, let me check who we've got next. We are playing. Oh, we've got a Champions League game against Slavia Prague, and then the next Prem game we are away at Forest. We'll see what happens, right? I mean, they're doing all right under Sean Dyche, so I wouldn't say I'll go there like super confident, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, well, look, thanks for listening to me today. Jump in the comments, let me know your thoughts on the game, and yeah, we'll see what happens in Champions League. Hopefully get another win. I think that one is, yeah, that one's at home. Again, it'd be nice to have another home win. We've got an opportunity now, like we're playing Slavia Prague, which is a game that we should be winning anyway. We've got Forest, which if you look at it, you think they're the sort of teams we should be picking points up against. It is away, we'll see what happens. And after that, we've got Liverpool at home, and then we've got Palace away. We'll see what happens, but yeah, thank you for listening, and yeah, if you haven't already, check out some other videos and jump into the comments and let me know your thoughts.